Hey everyone, Bill McRea here. I hope you're doing well. The live stream will start in a minute. I hope everything works right. I want to share with you how this came about, these changes. At the very least, you should be able to click on the image here. It shows coming soon. It says a minute, 28 seconds, so I'm early. Um, So those who are already watching this either on X or let me check X. Yeah, it's streaming on X already. Hi, Bill. It's streaming on X just fine. So in 28 seconds, those people who are going to watch the live presentation can join. So it is going to play, and so I'm watching it over here to make sure it actually streams. Okay. Just got to refresh the page. Here I am. So the playing is playing. Everything's working fine. Thank you. You helped me get through that. There's a lot going on in my existence right now. I'm in the process of moving my office. You can see it's kind of a disaster right now. I should close those blinds, I imagine. Cut the glare out. There we go. That's fine. And I'm assuming everything is fine. Okay, cool. So we're streaming, and the AI Weekly Live Center will save today's stream within 30 minutes afterwards, right there. So there's no having to upload anything or no having to really go back and do anything other than schedule the live stream, show up and talk to y'all. And I've used this software, Restream, for quite a while where I was doing a lot of live streams about AI. And when you go into AI Weekly Live, you'll see a lot of those restreams, things I've been teaching people. The thing about AI is it changed today. And it changes dramatically. You can't really rest your feet on the ground, because by the time you get settled, something new is going to come out. A couple of weeks ago, we had what was called OpenClaw. OpenClaw is a system that would do everything for you. But it was really technical. I was looking at it, I'm thinking, yeah, it'd be nice to have some employees take care of some of the work. So I got my blogging software doing its thing, and it's working really well. I'm going to show you a few toys that I have myself. It's not available for sale because I want you to understand there's a lot of thought going into this, okay? A lot of experimentation and thought. But first of all, I want to share with you a program that I'm using really to do my social media marketing, but it can also do the blogging content. I'm not using it for blogs. I'm just using it for social media. My blogging content I'll share it with you. Okay, so you're seeing my Learn Guitar website, 24-hour guitar, and the posts are really nice. See, the posts are very good. I got calls to action in the middle of it, and AI images, Q&A. So it's a really good post. It comes down to conclusion. These posts are getting indexed, and they're going into the answer engine and SEO at the same time. It's just because I discovered that SEO is answer engine optimization. It comes down to, are you solving a question? How to, that guitar, guide to mastering the strings is a question people ask. How do I play this stupid thing, right? So it's an important thing to have on there as content people are looking for. But how do I know this content's getting indexed? I haven't finished building this tool I'm going to share with you. Not even close to getting it finished. But I'm going to share with you anyhow. And I'm going to share this tab instead. And what you're seeing here is a not for sale. I'm sorry to tell you, this is something I use for myself. And I've literally been working on this since Monday. And it's all done in PHP. And what the program does is it kind of goes through. I got 5 of my blogs in there. I'll get them all in there, so there'll be dozens in there before long. And it tracks what's going on with my content. And it grades what's going on with my content. Something with the 96 is really, really, really good. Something with the 58 is really, really, really bad. And then we're creating some fixed programs that will automatically fix bad posts, because what it's looking at is the on-page SEO stuff. Okay. Content, keywords. Keywords are a problem if you're using automatic blogs. Headings, meta, images, links, and the readability on it. You can see guitar is doing pretty good because it has the headings and the content and everything in there. So as I bring in new content, the quality of that content is coming up to the 90s. The higher it is, the better it should perform. My ultimate objective is for these sites to make passive income for me. You don't have access to this, but I'm kind of showing you the magic behind it. I created this, it's really complex actually. But so I got my little 5 blogs in here that I'm experimenting with. And it kind of gives me my score. And that score, some of this is a little weird. I got to figure out, I guess I got to re-import that system. But when you see an average score in the 70s or higher, it's more likely to be highly indexed, and you're more likely to get that index post in there. Because you really got to think like a copywriter. And you get your content indexed by Google and everyone else for that matter. And so it's sitting there. And how many pages are indexed? Well, you'd be shocked how many. Because if your keywords are not done properly on your page, you're just simply not going to have a chance to rank. So look, I'm looking at my posts that come through. And here's one right here. This is my Christian addiction recovery. Big post, everything scores well. 15 points in content, 15-point in content density. Well, the keyword use is there's keywords in the title tag, the images, the H1, H2, H3, It's got a competent meta. So when Google indexes this particular page, it's going to be written with a good meta, because what you see in Google is your title. So the title has to be something you're curious about. They have to want that stuff, right? And of course, our answer engine does that, right? Finds what you're searching for, and it builds out a blog post with the Q&A and all that stuff on there. So it's a lot of content in there to be consumed by the search engines. All this stuff does is tell it what it's about. But the key thing is, you get your header in there, and what pops up underneath that is a description. Like, oh, this is a blog post about how Christian recovery programs work. That's really cool. I mean, that's powerful. But if your click-through rate on your post are low, because that tells you that if somebody is seeing your blog post and they're not clicking on it, that's telling you that your meta tags and your meta tag is your site, which comes underneath the Google thing. You can totally control that. But it's kind of a manual thing. So I've created something that does it automatically. And because it's all AI driven, it also grades how likely people are to click on your little ad in Google. And that's really an important thing, because the higher your click-through rate, the higher your lead generation, the more passive income you make. So I have this program telling me, how is my content doing? And this is quite complex. I don't think it's going to be made available commercially. I don't know. I might do it. But I see good post and bad post. And then I can go back to the individual blog post, edit it, or look at what the content system is creating. Here you see the keywords, everything is masked on. And we should rank pretty well on my Christian blog, quite frankly. And even the guitar playing blog's got some pretty good scores as well. So we can come over and compare things, or we can go to the AdSense tab. Now this is not totally set up yet. Okay, I'll give you an idea. Here's a site with AdSense already on it, and you can see there's ways I can improve the site. Post count, that will improve quickly. Average word per post is fine. Does it have a privacy page? Does it have an about page? Does it have a contact page? These things are important in your blogs. Is it HTTP? Is the navigation simple? The mobile friendly? Does it have content over 60 days? It will. And thin content. This is really, really, really important. Someone asked me, why such a long blog post? Because thin content is going to kill you with Google. So what I'm trying to do is just see for each site how well it's doing and how ready. If it's ready, first of all, can I apply and get AdSense? This says it's ready to apply. I already did. I already have it running. This says it needs work, and I already have AdSense running because the domain name is, oh my gosh, almost 20 years old. 2008, 18 years old. So there's never a problem. Same thing will happen with this site. I'm just rebuilding it now. And the AI content posting site, it's ready to apply. And I expect to get AdSense very, very soon. So there's a lot of content, and the content's written and distributed and properly configured so that it will tell the search engine what's going on. But then we want to look at the performance. Okay, the GSC here is just a way of me submitting my post to Google. So I have this running on a cron job. So every time there's a post on any of these 5 blogs over here, it's automatically going to go to the Google search and submit it for me. So I don't have to manually submit my blog post. I don't have to wait. I can say, hey, Google, here's some new content. Since our content is so good and we're able to improve the quality of our post because we see what's working and we're amending our posting process to make it work, our scores will get better and we'll start getting better performance. That's the performance tab. So this is really looking at how well my search engine traffic's working. This is for like yesterday. Okay. This is the McRea blog right here. No, I'm sorry, this is a content poster. It's a separate blog. 353 impressions, 4.3% of those. This is impressions in the search engine, okay, at Google. So I'm getting content seen there and really not any of the other sites, although I am at Recovery Path, and I imagine as we take and we implement our meta rewrite program and title rewrite program to make it more compelling for people to visit, this number will increase. That's a big thing I'm looking at. I'm not expecting anything to be great. So you can see we have 833 submitted, okay, 22 indexed. I cannot get them all shoved through at one time. So I can click right there and it's going to go out and see if there's any other posts that have been indexed since the last talk. But you can see a lot of this content's coming in from my guitar site. These are confirmed. So it's going to work through each one of those sites because remember over here, I have this set to resubmit content using what's called a cron job. So that's what's going to happen here is I can come and watch, and this number will grow up to whatever many were submitted. Submitted 192, 22. These are all new posts, by the way. New since March. I come over to sites. And it spins. This is what it's working on with my program. Okay. All right. So now I can get a look at each site. And there's a couple things I'm doing with this. First of all, I'm making sure the most current version of my software is updated. Okay. So I'm using my 1.14 version of the software. And these are all online. Errors are errors in post, and those are things that go to my programmer. I'm like, what's going on here? But they get fixed. So as a developer, we need to constantly monitor what we're doing, and because everything changes, we need to see. See here, the AI content poster doesn't have a niche set. So I need to do something about that. It skipped the last one. So we could track everything. And literally, about 5 minutes before I started this live stream, I literally decided to go ahead and upload the sites page to give me a little idea of what's going on. So ultimately what I'll do with my autoblogger is I'll set up, and I might have 100 sites in here. And with those sites, I'm going to know that they're prepared, ready to go, good for AdSense. I'm going to know that they're getting submitted to Google. I'm going to know that the pages are getting clicked on. So if you're getting, like, that's a lot of impressions, right? And you're only getting 4.3% click-through rate. That's kind of not great. You really want to, well, that's not bad. These are horrible. So I got to figure out why they're horrible, and then come in and take a look at what's going on with the. Got to figure out what's going on here. It's not showing the unindexed pages, it's only showing you those pages. And these were indexed in March to February, and they're all from 24-hour guitar. So it's new technology still being debugged. You go through this with everything. When we developed MPP-AI, the massive passive thing, we had a host of sites, and we set it up, and we built our own little tracking system like this to know how well it was working. At least our sites. It's invasive. You got to put in a special code into each website to make it work. So I can't track clients at all. I wish I could. Certain things going on here. Oh. So this is what we're doing in order to, I'm going to just quit sharing for now. Yay! Well, I haven't used Restream. This is, it's $55 a month versus $285 a month, or some crazy number like that for GoToWebinar. And since it allows me to use YouTube as the driver, okay, so the video is all being hosted by YouTube, and we're able to keep the menu for AI weekly up to date. When this presentation ends, within a half hour, you can log back in there and watch the replay. So there's just, a lot of what we're going to go over in these weekly meetings, because this weekly meetings cover a number of different information products that I offer out there. Massive Passive Profits, AI Traffic Whale, AI Content Poster. There's a lot of different products where we sell this live stream coaching. And if you went to the homepage to register for today's meeting, you would have discovered that I sell this for $197. And every product that we have has live training for $197. That's this session. So there's other products being launched by other people that are partners, friends of mine, and they want to offer live coaching, but they don't want to do it. So they pay me to do it for them. And that's what AI Weekly Live is all about. And I'll give presentations, training, everything you need about the various different products that we have out there. I want to spend just a second going through AI Traffic Whale for people who are here from there. A lot of people have problems with this login form. There's another way of logging in to every WordPress-based site. That's to go WP-admin and log in here. And the lost password works better. This works for me every time. But it's afraid of me, I guess. So when I log in, I never have an error. I say a fair percentage of our support questions have come in about not being able to log in. That's one workaround on that. We've gone through these various things in other meetings. One of the key things to remember is the Traffic Club, because I'm going to teach you that when it comes to making money at home, you can really see what a mess my office is. There's a table sitting upside down there. It's going to go along the wall there, and I'm going to put pictures of my family and my kids, that sort of stuff up there. Because this office is a house, okay? And it's about 2,000 square foot. So one room is my office, and one room is for my recording. So all of my musical stuff is in there. I've got 3 albums up, by the way, all Christian worship stuff. It's beautiful music. And so I have a room just for that. I have my office, kitchen, room where the TV is there, and then a room for the dogs. Although they're right here on the ground. I love my dogs. They're my best friends. Um, so it's an important thing that they're with me while I'm working. So I'm going to be spending the next probably 2 weeks finishing up, getting pictures on the wall. You can see some. That's my mom and dad, my sister, and pictures of my glorious past on the wall there. All of my awards and business accolades from my days as a CEO. And one thing that's changed is I retired. Not really. I am retired insofar as I'm collecting Social Security. People go, well, Bill, you don't need Social Security. I've been paying in it since 1977. Why not collect it? Well, I'll make more money if I wait until I'm 70. If you look at the total dollars collected, you collect less money because you're going to die before you get those years. Get to that point where each year I'm getting like $35,000 Social Security, which is, I own everything. I don't have debt to anybody. And I have rental income. So let's just start taking in the Social Security money. It's more money, right? And I'm not worried about medical. I'm under my wife's policy. And next year I'll go under Medicare. Although I might get disability because of my condition. I don't know if you guys know this, but a little bit more than a year ago, I got T-boned. 11 years ago, I got in a severe car accident and broke my hip, which is why I'm constantly wiggling because it hurts. But add to that the fact when I got T-boned, I broke my back. I've had to have all sorts of back things done. The doctor says, well, you need surgery. And I'm like, no, I don't. I can wait. And when it gets agonizing, I'll do it. Why wouldn't I do it now? Well, I don't know. My dad had back surgery. We got it different ways. My dad, like 76 years old, old guy, older than I am, decided to put a new roof on one of his houses. And we were always, on a real estate investment trust. He was very particular. And he didn't like the way something looked. So, well, I'll do it. I don't need to waste 50 grand on some guy to put a roof on. Well, he did. So I went and started doing work. He did a great job at it. But he fell off the damn roof and broke his back. And he went in and had surgery, and he was cuckoo for quite a while, and he never really recovered. So that kind of tells me I don't want to do it. And my back injury is because I'm at a stoplight. Some guy coming T-boned at the intersection, totaled my car. I had the green, and he just didn't care, I guess. I don't know. I was in the hospital. But I ended up breaking my back, and it's healed, but you have that nerve pain constantly. So they want to put in a stent to open the space up. And, I'm 64 years old. Maybe I don't want to be in this pain. So I'll consider it. But that should be out of track. One other program I want to share with you that I'm using to do my social media marketing. It's called Marbleism. You guys have probably seen a bunch of stuff about it. Marvelism is, I don't know, I think it's like $20 a month. I don't know. I buy these things all the time and I try them out. I figure out how they work and then I steal their idea and I build it myself. But um, it's not always what this will do for you is it gives you someone to check your email, respond to stuff. And this is what I'm using it for, social media marketing. Like here is a post I just did. Let's go view that post. It's on Instagram. Pretty cool post. I never was much into social media stuff because, when you do email marketing, which is still my favorite thing to do, you send out an email and you say, hey, check this out. It's pretty cool. And people either buy or don't buy, right? That social media is more about developing that relationship, and it takes a lot longer. I think it's better. When Harris and I launched AI Traffic Well, it was it's a really good program, and the system works. And the exit traffic, I just flow that stuff to my autoresponder. It works, but you got to know what you're doing. It's like sharing with you that big screen that I had. I can't make that available for sale because most people aren't going to be able to use it very easily. But the exit traffic I have flowing through its own, that type of screen thing, and I can see exactly what people are doing, what they're interested in, what they're engaging on, and move them anywhere I want. Of course, all the biz app guys go there. But you know what? Most people, they come out of that wanting to buy affiliate products from the source they came from. So we send them back to Walmart or Home Depot, or we have like 3 big contracts that we do traffic management for, my partner Marcus and I. So he handles that part of the business because e-commerce, it's different. It's a shirt and tie thing. You go in and you got to know the right people to even get in the door, so it's different. But you know what? Here we go. No idea how to handle social media marketing. And yeah, we have permanent illusions. You heard that. It's a video creation tool, and I will share it with you here in a minute because it is phenomenal. And it's very inexpensive. And why I have that is for people to upload to TikTok for ads and for using on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and you get some really pretty cool results with it. But I never really did much for social media marketing. I started probably a year and a half ago by using Metricool, which I still use, to syndicate my social media content, the video portion of it. But now I'm creating videos myself with permanent illusions, and they're just designed to get people to engage, okay? But the real trick is the call to action stuff that comes underneath the video. When you looked at that particular blog, that social media post I shared with you, okay, it's gorgeous. People will like it or won't like it. It's already got a couple hearts, I guess. And this content right here is great. Now, they're not going to click a link and buy from it, but they'll go here, and then now they can go to my music sites, which is what I primarily use social media for. But I'm going to change that around. I want to go to my guitar site for a reason. I want to prove 24-hour Guitar was my guitar business I owned back in 2005. And so it's been 19 years ago, 20 years ago, 21 years ago, where I owned that business and I bought and sold guitars. So I learned everything about SEO. It's how I learned to really play well. It's how I became a recording artist. It was a fun period of time. So I want to recreate that. So I'm setting this up using all the AI tools that I can dream up of, including content like this, to start building some traffic to that website. So I need to, get the link set up properly in my profile, so that people come to my page for here, that they're actually going to see I changed this to 24-hour guitar. This is the biggest problem I have, is I'm always so busy doing stuff, I never quite finish anything. I guess I got to do it on mobile. So what I'll do is I'll change that to where it has 24-hour guitar. So these links will all drive to that site. So the whole goal is to be able to ultimately be able to drive traffic to that site. And I'm going to get back into selling guitars and stuff, but I'm going to do it my way this time. All online. And I'm going to set up drop shipping. Because there's a lot of people who try to do drop shipping, and drop shipping is difficult. And most of them don't make any money. The advantage I have is that I have the tools to get everything put together, and I have the AI skills to be able to integrate it in with the vendor so that orders go to the vendor ships it. Real simple. I make profit the difference. I pay for it when I sell it. So if I need guitar strings and it's going to come from my wholesale source, and my cost is $5 and I sell it for $9, I paid $5. They ship it. I've already collected the $9. So it really doesn't mean much in terms of my ability to get the job done. And I can track it all through an AI system that we're creating. So we do these things, and hopefully there's a commercial application. And one of the things that's the best way to promote anything, because we're all about traffic, is paid traffic. And yeah, you can throw a billion exit clicks at it. And that's working on business opportunity for me. And you will get good results if you are persistent on it. And you know how to segment. Like I said, I found a little thing looking at engagement activity. You can do that with the autoresponders. You can do that in GetResponse. You can do that in Aweber, but you got to be good. And I show people stuff, but they never. It takes you and the other end of this video actually doing stuff and learning. You can go to Warrior Plus or ClickBank or JVZoo and buy into those done for you things and all their fancy little gadgets and gadgets they got coming up. They still are going to require you to know how to do things, or they just don't work. Just again, like I had a good friend of mine come to me and say, "Do you have a product? I'm going to do a launch on Monday. I don't have a product yet." Okay, cool, good for you. Oh, promote it. You don't have a product? Well, sales letter's written. Product does not matter. So I gave him one of my grab bag products, was just a a link underneath the blog post, and he had the sales letter written up, and he went out, he sold a bunch of it. And I'm like, I'm the product guy. I like making products. The sales, the reason why I teamed up with Harris has got this really outgoing, wonderful personality. I love the guy. He's wonderful. Best partner I've ever had, to be honest with you. Two guys. Best partner. Ian Ross, love the guy there, and Harris Fellman. Love that guy too. Ian Ross and I teamed up for the last 6 years on ClickBank, and we've made a bunch of money on it, and it's kind of run its course. ClickBank, all these affiliate sites, affiliates don't know how to handle it, but driving traffic through email is one. Another is pay per click, PPC, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do PPC and make money at it. If you keep coming, you'll learn that. How do I know that? Well, I've got a piece of software that I've been working on. It's complicated as hell, but we can package it in a way that's simple for the end user. For us, setting it up, debugging it, making it work, and integrating it in with all the advertisers, like I've got it working with Google Ads, and I got it working with Bing. That's cool. It will automatically create sales pages for you. It will compare your pages to other people's pages. It will write your ads and manage your campaigns so that you don't lose any money on it. So you can say, I want to put $20 a day on this product, and it will draw the ads, create the ads. It will test them, and you can update them as much as you want. And you can set and I'm willing to spend $200. And I want to know exactly what my return on ad spend is. And you can look at it in 5 days and go, well, I put $200 into this and I've made $5. And then because it's AI driven, what's wrong with the ad? And because we have it connected to SpyFu, we could say, who else is running a similar ad and which ones are working? This is what AI will allow you to do. So we can spy on our competitors, create the ideal landing pages, and be able to configure Google Ads and Bing Ads and manage the return on ad spend all from one piece of software. It's not going to be cheap, and it's going to take learning, but we're doing it because at the end of the day, people come to me all the time. Bill, making money from home, what's the number one thing people need to learn? It depends on who you talk to, okay? You talk to a copywriter, it's going to be how to craft a great sales letter, how to create a sales funnel. Well, all those things are true. I mean, I'm not good at sales funnels. I can build them. I'm not good at copywriting. That's why I have Harris on my last product launch. I don't know if this pay-per-click thing is going to even be launched. Now think about it. Why wouldn't I just run ads if I have a pay-per-click program that works? It costs, it's doing a product launch is a pain in the ass. And you get a lot of people who are curious buying things, and they get frustrated with it. And even though you know your stuff works, it's difficult to get across to people. That's why we offer this live training. It's an opportunity for me to try to get something across to people. So when we offer the pay-per-click program, I'm going to sell it probably with pay-per-click. To get a little bit more of a educated buyer. And this is going to be able to do some really cool things because I didn't describe it all. We'll have a separate program called WooClicks, which will allow you to run pay-per-click ads on WooCommerce products. So if you have like a gigantic e-commerce store where you're selling jewelry, this, and this, you will find out that at the end of the day, Uh, it's very difficult to be competitive and run ads against Amazon or against anyone else. The Woo Click thing is going to do exactly what I described for you in the PPC thing. The Woo Click thing is going to allow e-commerce stores to be able to compete effectively against all the retailers out there. Matter of fact, some of our big e-commerce customers want to buy it to use themselves. And this is not a product that Marcus is part of. I have no partner. This is something I'm creating. Marcus's exit traffic and email, bulk email, which is what we do for our large e-commerce sources, and the exit traffic, which is what we do for them as well. So, he may want to buy it. I don't know whether I want to sell it to him yet. I'll have to figure that out, because why don't I just go sell it to everybody competing against Walmart and Home Depot and Amazon, and let those guys get a chance to make money with pay-per-click advertising, as opposed to it all going to Amazon. Why only give it to the big guys? It's very, very challenging for a small organization to be able to run pay-per-click advertising. Most fail at it. I have failed at it for the last, oh my God. I've never been able to do it. I did a little bit of good pay-per-click advertising before Google started getting crazy with their algorithm. And I was able to generate leads, and I had this worked out about 2010. I was using a software called Infusionsoft. I had this great big long sales funnel, and I figured out that anyone who went into that funnel, every lead that hit that funnel was worth $5. That's not to say that everybody spent $5. It means if you take a look at the total dollars that the funnel generated and divided by the number of people, my average income per lead was $5. So I'm like, so if I can get a lead in there for $1, I'm Fat City. And so email worked for a little while, and quality email went down. I wasn't generating. So I started doing pay-per-click advertising. And pay-per-click advertising worked really well. I'd get my leads for $1. And so were a lot of other, internet marketing guys, getting their leads for $1, turning it into $5. And some of these high-ticket guys can get an average of $200 per lead. And they didn't care if they spent $500 or $50 per lead. They didn't care because they had such a good return on their sales funnel. That's what we call return on funnel, ROF. So, suddenly Google, you're paying $5 a click. You couldn't get a lead for $1 each, and prices were coming down on products we were selling. So that room crushed it. So I kind of did it for about a year, and I loved it. Now, what am I going to do pay-per-click advertising for now? Not to feed a sales funnel, but to sell direct products where I make 100% of the profit. What I've done here, and I have to give credit to AI for this, back in 2021, we had 6 people working for us over in India. And now it's me here doing all the programming because I can use AI to help me do it. I mean, I would say that you could go program on AI, and you could. But it's really takes a lot of skill to be able to make it work still. because everything has an error, everything's a bug. There's nonstop problems. Um, so that's just kind of the way it is. So the only way to make it work uh, is to know how to program in order to use the AI to help you program. Because you still got to deal with the hosting, you got to deal with API codes, you got to get involved in the mud to make it work. So I could teach you how to program, but you're not going to be able to do anything worthwhile. I mean, you might be able to create a little plugin or something. But that's just something that I don't think you need to worry about right now. Okay. My voice is giving out on me. Um, you can email me at wjm@mcraesoft. Give me your ideas, what you want me to talk about, and I'll adjust this Monday meeting to be about those ideas. Making money is online is the easiest thing in the world to do once you know how. And you can believe all the little get rich quick schemes you want, and people do get rich. I own 7 homes. I'm retired at 64. I have a house in the Sierras. I used to own a 60-foot yacht in San Diego. These are none of that means anything to me anymore. I bought this little 2,000 square foot home to use as my office and studio. All of that is because of internet marketing. So once you learn how, it's not nearly as hard as it used to be. But I will tell you right now, nothing is easy. You have to learn it. And I'm here to teach you over the next weekly. Okay. Keep in mind, there's going to be various products we'll be showing. This works so much better than Webinar Jam. So I appreciate everyone for coming. Next week, my voice will be better. My office will look better. And I'll have some more input on how you can make money online. Have a great weekend.